Hello guys, welcome back to the world's greatest trainer tournament. We are in the semi-finals, part 2. Last time I won a match versus Professor Oak and Silver won a match versus Lieutenant Surge. But we have the same opponents once again, no switch up. So who will be getting their second point here? So first to get 3 points. With that said, if you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that like button and let's get this underway. Okay, the teams are locked in. Myself versus Professor Oak once again. Who will come out on top? This should be interesting.
This free battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
I lead off with the Executor. As Professor Oak leads off with his own. This should be interesting. Executor goes for the sidekick. It does a good amount of damage, but I go for the sleep powder. With that, Executor is fast asleep. That's useful for me.
How will this nap affect this battle?
As I am now going to switch.
The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball.
As out comes my Gyarados, my ace on my team. But there is Executor stays fast asleep.
How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of
I
battle?
was honestly expecting to switch right there, but he chose not to. I'm going for the Ice Beam.
What will
He's
this?
getting some damage on the Executor. And it's a solid blow, but it's not enough. But Executor stays fast asleep. That is unfortunate for Professor Oak here. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam once again. Does some solid damage, but it doesn't take it down. And Executor stays asleep again. This is very unlucky for Professor Oak, as they are not going to be able to retaliate. I now go for the Ice Beam. If Executor lives there, it can get off one last attack. Unfortunately, though, it goes down. In my Gyarados boss, my ace, claims his first victim.
That KO will bring out a new Pokemon. Oh, it's Nidoking.
Now, out comes the Nidoking for Professor Oak.
A hot battle is unfolding.
Professor Oak's ace is on the field. I'm going to recall my Gyarados. And I'm going to switch into
Oh, it's Rhydon.
my Rhydon. I'm expecting the Thunderbolt. It's predicted. And that's not going to connect with me here today.
What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
However, Nidoking is going to switch out here. As they go into their own Gyarados. I go for the counter, but there's no move to connect with. That is unfortunate.
Newly switched out Pokemon fair.
However, I'm going to switch once again.
Pokemon.
As out comes my Executor.
Pokemon is back for a
It's back once again. I'm expecting the surf, or the waterfall, sorry. And I predict it correctly.
That didn't do much. It restored HP with some leftovers. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
Gyarados stays in. It goes for the Ice Beam.
What's this?
That does some solid damage. My Executor holds on. It goes for the Sleep Powder.
How's that? Oh, that's a...
But unfortunately, that's going to be a miss.
The white-hot battle continues.
Professor Oak's Gyarados goes for another Ice Beam here. Will it take down my Executor? No, it will not. No freeze, no crit. And Executor goes for the explosion. That is going to be devastating for Professor Oak. There's Gyarados, who's definitely going to go down to that one. Unfortunately, Magisator goes with it, but Magisator was low on HP and is slow, so I knew that was a good time to do so. I am in the lead, 5 versus 4.
Pokemon have been chosen.
As I switch back into my Gyarados, my ace on my team.
Oh, it's Arcanine.
And they switch into the Arcanine.
A hot battle is
I know the Arcanine is faster than me, it's going for a sunny day.
The sunlight has turned harsh.
And I'm going for the return.
What's next? A light
That
hit.
does a good amount of damage, but not enough.
There's
The Arcanine will surely set up the Reflect here. Yes, he does, protecting him on both fronts.
It's better protected against physical attack.
And I'm just going to go for the Waterfall, even though it's weakened in the sunny day, it'll still deal a good amount.
Be impervious to damage.
It's something.
The heated action continues.
Arcanine goes to the Fire Blast under the sun.
There's the attack. Oh, that was weak.
Does some good damage, but it's not enough as I respond with the Waterfall.
That attack just
And Arcanine is slowly being whittled down.
fierce battle.
Arcanine goes for the Fire Blast once again.
How's that? That didn't accomplish much.
It connects, but Gyarados holds on as it responds with a Thunderbolt this time.
A light hit.
Sadly, no paralysis could be found. Let's worth a try. Arcanine's going to get one last attempt. It goes for the Fire Blast here. Will it connect?
What'll it do?
Yes, it will. It gets a burn as well. That is unfortunate for Gyarados. But this last Waterfall should finish it off. And it does.
Oh, it collapsed.
Arcanine goes down. That's going to widen the gap between me and Professor Oak. He went undefeated until the quarterfinals. Now in the semi-finals he's up against me and I still have a flawless win streak. As out comes the Tauros.
Sunlight has grown weaker. One Pokemon is still capable.
Unfortunately, he is 100% going to outspeed the Gyarados.
Body slam.
There goes the Body Slam.
Down it goes.
Gyarados down. It's time for me to switch into another Pokemon here.
The next Pokemon is ready.
As I go into my right arm.
Reflect appears to have
Reflect
worn
wears off. That is unfortunate for the Tauros.
Different Pokemon types.
But Tauros goes for the Surf.
Go.
I completely forgot I had Surf. It unfortunately doesn't take me out, but I went for the counter, so no free damage from me. I made this mistake last time. I did not learn from it. And that is the price I pay. I should have gone for the damage. But it's too late.
Ride that surf.
With that, Surf will take my ride on down, whether I like it or not. That is unfortunate.
So, what will be the next Pokemon? The Pokemon have been chosen.
In that case, I'm going to switch into my Snorlax here.
It's a fierce battle.
That Tauros does outspeed me, unfortunately. It goes for the Body Slam.
How's that?
And it gets the Para first turn. That is unfortunate for me.
The Miracle
But Miracle Berry is going to get rid of that as I respond with a Body Slam on my own.
What's this?
That does a solid amount of damage to the Tauros. But unfortunately, it is not enough.
Continue.
Tauros goes for another Body Slam here.
What now? A light attack.
Does some solid damage as I respond with my own.
What's next? Hit. That
But
is
unfortunately, Tauros is still standing.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
Tauros goes for another body slam.
What'll it do?
And it gets the power again. How unfortunate for me. And I get the full power. That is unfortunate. I'm unable to move. And that means Tauros will be able to claim my Snorlax. Professor Oak definitely putting up a better match so play he did last time. Is down goes Snorlax, unfortunately.
Which Pokemon will join the battle now? Okay.
In that case, I'm going to switch out.
Oh,
And in comes the Zapdos.
a hot battle is unfolding.
Tauros is faster, however, that's unfortunate. It goes for the body slam.
That did little
It does a
damage.
good chunk of damage, but Zapdos Magic Sword on it. It goes for the Thunderbolt. That is going to take the Tauros down. And Professor Oak is down to 2 Pokemon.
We're
He
eagerly
is
awaiting
even the
appearance of
field
next
now as it is
Pokemon.
2 versus 2 battle.
This
But out
Pokemon
comes
is
the Nidoking
destroying the
next.
match. 2 Pokemon remain on each side.
I outspeed it, go for the hidden power.
Power. That was a glancing
It does a
blow.
decent jump, but nowhere near enough. Out comes the Flamethrower from the Nidoking.
What's this? A light hit. The heated action continues. They go into battle pose.
However, this time I'm going for the Drill Pet. Maybe it'll do more.
A light pack.
It does a little bit more than what Hidden Power Grass was doing. But unfortunately, it's not enough as they will get off another Flamethrower once again.
The hit glanced right off.
But Zapdos eats it up.
The white hot battle continues.
Alright, go with another Drill Peck.
What'll it do? That did little damage.
It connects, but Nidoking is still standing. It goes for the Thunderbolt.
There's the attack. That was glancing
It
blow.
does some damage, but again, I am able to hold on.
From both competitors.
As Zapdos goes for yet another Drill Peck. Will it take the Nidoking down here? It will, and Nidoking goes down.
It's going down.
But that, unfortunately, Professor Oak is down to his last Pokemon.
There's only one Pokemon left to come out. Oh,
And it is going to be the Venusaur.
last Pokemon now. One Pokemon
Unfortunately, with
still
that
capable
matchup in
of
mind,
but the
it
other
is
one
over
is
for
fire.
Professor Oak, because I have 2 flying types, and one is part fire. It goes for the Giga Drain.
Giga Drain. That's it.
It gets a critical hit, but it doesn't really matter.
There it
Zapdos
is.
goes down.
Each team
As
has
out
only
comes
one
Dante
Pokemon
the
left for
Charizard.
battle. Oh, it's Charizard. This is the last Pokemon. It restored HP with some leftovers. It's just one-on-one now.
Charizard outspeeds, it goes for the Fire Blast, it needs to connect here.
Look, Fire Blast.
And it does, and that's going to be Venusaur down. Unfortunately, Professor Oak receiving his 2nd loss already.
And there goes the battle.
Things are not looking good for Professor Oak. If he gets one more loss, he is eliminated and will not be taking place in the finals. But he's had a rematch against me and lost twice. That is unfortunate. Next up, it is Silver versus Lieutenant Surge for yet another rematch. Last time, Lieutenant Surge won, and Silver unfortunately lost. With that said, will Lieutenant Surge be able to claim his 2nd win, or will Silver receive retribution? With that said, let's get this underway. Okay, the teams are locked in. I already did this match, but basically, I forgot to change my scene again, like an idiot. Lieutenant Surge ended up winning. We'll see if we get a different result, but I've already recorded for the future. I don't know how I made both these mistakes. I've been mostly mistake-free throughout most of this and messed up at the end, but we'll get this underway here. Okay, we got an Ampharos. Then, in this case, we will go for Earthquake. No reason not to. Super effective. It got a quick claw proc. That's crazy. It connects and Fraligator holds on. Boom. We go for the Earthquake. It's a big hit, but it's not enough to KO. We go for another Earthquake. And boom, Ampharos goes down. Next up is going to be Lantern. Now on the bright side, we are faster. So an Earthquake is going to be a solid blow here. Lantern takes a heavy hit, but it's not enough to KO. And it goes to the Thunderbolt. Fraligator does not appreciate that. The current range of HP, there's no way it can survive. And they have evened the score, so 5 versus 5 now. Well then, next comes out Manaton. Manaton goes for the Rain Dance. But Lumos goes for the Surf, taking advantage. It does a solid amount, but Manaton is able to hold on. He's going to respond here with the Thunder. Oh my gosh, it holds on. It gets paralyzed. Can it get a full para here? No, the Miracle Berry procs. That's going to be the end of Manaton. That is very unfortunate. Next out comes the Crobat. And Crobat goes for the Giga Drain, and that's going to be the end of Lumos. Next up comes Manaton. That is going to be devastating for Silver here. Crobat goes for the Confuse Ray. Will it fully paralyze it? It needs to, because it's going for the Thunder. Unfortunately, with the Ray still up on the field, that's going to connect. That's going to be the end of the Crobat. It's going to be a 1-hit KO. Next out comes the Gengar. Gengar goes for the Ice Punch, hoping for a freeze here. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much damage, and Manaton is able to get off the Thunder once again. It done itself in confusion. Will Gengar be able to hold on? It's unfortunately going to get paralyzed. But the rain has stopped. That is going to be devastating for Silver here. That's going to prevent the explosion here. No, Manaton is itself in confusion. Will Gengar get fully paralyzed? It is. He can't get off the explosion. And that's going to be devastating. No one confused. Manaton needs to hit here. And it does. And down goes the Gengar. Next out comes the Alakazam. Will Alakazam be able to do something here? Alakazam goes for the Psychic. But unfortunately, due to the Steel type, it's not going to do much as Manaton responds to a Thunder here. But unfortunately, it's going to miss. Alakazam goes for the Hidden Power. It's super effective, but it doesn't do much. Another Thunder coming from the Manaton here. And that's going to connect with Alakazam doing a devastating amount of damage. Alakazam goes for Hidden Power once again. But Manaton is able to eat it and hold on as it goes for a Thunder. Disconnects here, this will be the end of the Alakazam. And it does. Silver unfortunately getting devastated by Lieutenant Surge. This is just not a good matchup for him. And there's no way for him to achieve victory, no matter how hard he tries. Last but not least, it's going to be the Sneasel. Well, unfortunately, it is going to be in a bad matchup here. Sneasel goes for the Ice Beam. He could get a freeze. And he does! Oh my goodness! That's going to be devastating for the Manaton, despite doing basically no damage at all. Sneasel tries Hidden Power Dark instead. But he does very little damage. Unfortunately, Sneasel is struggling here. It's trying to pick up the KO, but it does no damage to the Manaton. Manaton holds on. It doesn't fall out. It's still frozen. Oh no, there it goes. The freeze ends, but will Sneasel be able to pick up a KO here? It connects with a critical hit and finally brings the Manaton down. Next out comes Jolteon, however. Unfortunately, it's faster than Sneasel. It goes for the Thunderbolt. And he unfortunately gets the paralysis, making Silver Sneasel unable to attack as it gets fully paralyzed. That is going to be absolutely devastating. Another Thunderbolt comes through. It barely holds on, but the damage has already been done. It's fully paralyzed once again. Sneasel is unable to act. That means Lieutenant Surge is going to pick up a victory over the Sneasel. How unfortunate for Silver. He did pretty well throughout most of these matches. He was able to make it through to the semi-finals, but he just can't seem to break through Lieutenant Surge's team. That is the end of today's episode. Don't forget to let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to win this tournament. Let me know in the comments. But that's it. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks very much, guys, for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.
They call me Dog Rod Boss, the mad boss, the savage with the Gyarados. As I will make you blast off harder than your last loss. Teach you a lesson like you won't bunch of lap dogs. It was fast, huh? You're mad, huh? Want me to slow it down or would you prefer it faster?